Jumping in Skullgirls is commonly thought of as one of the most risk-free ways to approach the opponent, and when assists are involved it becomes one of the most variable parts of the neutral game. This video will attempt to show you some ways to get damage on someone who is jumping on you. Before delving too deep into this, I will mention I have a full document that goes into this concept as well. If you like reading more than watching, you might want to take a look at it. It will be linked in the description. There are three types of anti-air in Skullgirls. Evasion, avoiding the air normal by using movement options such as backing away, dashing under, or going over. Outspeed, hitting the opponent out of the startup of the air normal with your own normals, either air or ground. Priority, using normals or specials with good hitboxes suited for anti-air, or supers or specials with invincibility to blow through the opponent's jump in. Let's talk about the positives and negatives of each method. Evasion. It's the safest option since you don't commit to a move and you can block while moving. It requires really good spacing and situational awareness. Evading a jump in while it is active causes 2 frames of landing recovery, which can be used to pressure the opponent without fearing any reversals. Some characters don't have good ground movement options, such as Beowulf, Eliza, Cerebella, Peacock, Squiggly, and Big Man, and thus cannot realistically use the strategy primarily. Counter hits. They're difficult to do on reaction. Most air-to-airs have 4-frame jump startup, then 7-frame air normal speed, which is somewhat slow, without even considering having to position yourself and having to dash before you jump. It functionally loses against empty jumps. It is possible to bring people down from air-to-airs, but against most air-to-air strings it is possible to push block in such a way that it's difficult to maintain pressure afterwards. So for sake of simplicity, let's say blocking beats the air-to-air. Air throws can also counter-hit as anti-airs. I have a video going in depth into the use of air throws, including as anti-airs, and it will be linked in the description. If a counter-hit anti-air works, it gives you more damage and then dizzy to work with in your combo. Priority. If you read a jump in button, you can generally beat it if you have the time to get out your anti-air normal, or if you have an anti-air special with invincibility, you can blow through and beat the button. Anti-air uppercuts are actually bad against empty jump block because they will almost always be punishable. Every character in Skullgirls has some sort of air movement to mix up to try to beat such anti-airs, but the viability of this depends heavily on the matchup. These are all the variables that are involved in just one vector of approach in one specific matchup without any different timings or spacing on the opponent's part. Even in one matchup, there can be an incredible amount of variance in how anti-air tactics are applied. For example, in this scenario we explored Double's jump heavy punch. However, Double can also use her jump medium kick, late jump light punch, jump medium punch, or cancels Teacup of Fridge in an attempt to change the vector of approach and the timings involved. When we explore different matchups, we see that overall the different tactics of anti-air have varying value. If you were to take Double against say Beowulf or Big Band, they cannot realistically evade Double's jump heavy punch due to their large size and bad ground movement. However, they have amazing direct anti-air options. Beowulf has strong priority anti-airs in Standing Heavy Punch and Airwolf. Big Band similarly has Take the A-Train and Parry. Both characters also have really good air throws if the opponent then starts to empty jump to bait these priority anti-airs out, both in terms of air throw hitboxes as well as the combo potential of them. I have also deliberately left out blocking until now. However, depending on the scenario, you can use blocking to your advantage to change the situation you put yourself in. Chicken blocking a high jump in and landing to cut your block stun short can let you get a punish. Disallow them from actually gaining advantage from their jump in, or force your opponent to commit to spending a resource to avoid punishment. Push blocking can also mix up how to actually pressure off a jump in, or force your opponent to call assists to get more concrete advantage, which means they could expose themselves to potential happy birthdays. Clever use of chicken blocking and push blocking, and varying up which option you use at what time, are universal ways to provide yourself enough ambiguity and mix-ups in tough spots where you may not have the time to use evasion or counter-hit tactics. Anti-airing in Skullgirls is incredibly difficult to be consistent at, and each anti-air situation has tons of variables that change the value of the different options every character can use. However, this video aims to enlighten players and encourage them to take matchups in individual situations under a microscope, so as to learn from them to be able to come up with solutions on the fly. The rabbit hole goes quite deep, so I will stop here. See you in the next video.